Thank you so much for tuning in to Street Talk. I'm your host, Loretta Rose. Today, I am excited to have today's show shared with you because you're about to see some of our young professionals from our community. They are doing amazing things. We have some young professionals that are on today, and they're going to share their success journey and what they're doing with using their talents and their resources to make a difference. You don't want to miss today's show. I'm excited about it because I know these young people. They are pretty cool. So stay tuned. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose, and you're watching it here on cable TV. Thank you again for joining us today on Street Talk. I am so happy you joined us. As I promised, we have some young professionals from our local community, and they are doing amazing things using their resources, their talents, their abilities to make a difference. This is so great to see because it's so hopeful for our future, and to see our young people out here being entrepreneurs, having charities, and just blessing their communities. So without further ado, I am excited to introduce our guest today, our first guest, because she is very, very special, and I've been in her life all her life. It is my firstborn, and I'm glad to have her on, Chastity Rose. Welcome to today's show, Chastity.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is a proud moment for me to be able to interview my daughter again. And since the last time I interviewed you, a lot has transpired. You're now a senior in college.
Yes.
And I believe you were probably about a freshman the last time.
Freshman or sophomore?
Yes. So, first of all, how does it feel? You are a senior now in college.
It doesn't feel real. It doesn't. It don't feel real, but it's different.
Yes.
Different, and now life is about to start.
And what I am so proud of you about, how you haven't stopped since you enter into college. Every summer you're taking classes.
Yes.
And which has helped propel you to the point of where you are now, and after this, medical school.
Yes.
So let the community know and our viewers know, what are your major, what are you in school for, and your goals?
Okay, my major is biomedical sciences, and I minor in neuroscience and chemistry. My goal is to become a neurosurgeon, so med school is next.
Yes, yes. And this has been a lifelong dream for you.
Yes, it has been.
Which ties this charity to what you're doing now, because we have her on because I had a parent from our community love what you were doing with your charity, and some other young people in our community that are entrepreneurs, and they're out here just doing amazing things. So I had a parent to reach out to me, and she said, you know what, it would be great if you interview your daughter and some of these other amazing young people out here that are doing great things. And so that's what brought us to this conversation today, and to highlight them because they need our support and they deserve our support, and we want to continue to keep you all encouraged. But your charity, tell everyone the name of your charity.
Rose of Sharon Charity.
Rose of Sharon Charity. And how did this charity come about?
It started with my friend from 8th grade. She had twins, and it was very unexpected because she also has a chronic illness that it was a miracle that she even got pregnant.
Right.
And it was a miracle that she even had the babies.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to bless her, and I realized there's a lot of other people in her situation
Right.
as well, being 21
Yeah.
and now 2 babies.
Wow. So she's
Unexpectedly.
21 and she just had the babies this year, right?
Yes, during the pandemic.
During the pandemic. Because when Chastity came to me, I believe I was sleeping, and she came to me and she was like, I think I want to start a charity. And because she's my daughter, I know her when she has divine inspiration. And she just looked very involved and emotionally involved in it. And she was saying that she wanted to bless a friend of hers that just had twin, and the mother herself had a lot of medical issues. I believe.
She's still going through it. She has, I think it's a kidney disease,
Okay.
where she's going to need a new kidney pretty soon.
Wow.
And
Wow. And the mother, which was a friend of Chastity, she was very appreciative, because keep in mind, any mother or any parent know how it is when you have a newborn, but you multiply that times 2, and then you have medical issues at the same time. I mean,
And they're
that
also
and then in a
preemies.
pandemic.
and their preemies.
And they were preemies as well.
It was a lot for her.
So after blessing her, because I remember Chastity said that she wanted to bless her, and what was your response when I asked you, where did all this come about? And you said, I believe you mentioned something about, if she's going through it, I can only imagine what others are going through.
Yes, there's so many other people in her shoes, and we don't think about it because it's not talked about as much, but I think a lot of single parents, they need that help, inspiration, just a few things that, makes their day brighter and a little bit easier here and there. But I thought about, I've always wanted to start a charity, but I never had the sponsors, the funds like that. I said, I'll just start whenever I have my own practice and things like that. But then I heard God say, why start then? Why not now?
Wow.
You could start it now.
Praise God.
So
See, that's why I'm so proud, because you're right. You start with what you have. You start right where you are. And if God gave it to you, and this for any other young people that are out there, that's why they're on to encourage you and inspire you. When you start what God has shown you or told you to do, your provision has already been made. It's already there. And so, Chastity, I remember you bless your friend. You sent some Pampers. Tell me what all you sent.
it was Pampers, wipes. I think it was a whole lot of Pampers and wipes because it's 2 of them.
Right.
So one of
bless
them
you.
is still in the hospital though.
Oh, really?
He still hasn't came home yet, but one is there with her.
Wow.
So between 2 babies, they'll go through it pretty fast.
Yes. And so she, just kind of handled that all by herself. And we were wondering, what is she's doing, because she's very frugal with her money, but she's very generous also. So when you blessed her, you decided that you want to start this charity, and now you have partnered with Damascus Way here in our Tri-City area with Valley Rescue Mission. And tell us, how was that experience when you did your first donation drop-off?
That was very rewarding for me because, we've been in the house for so long. We haven't had many human-to-human contact with the outside world. So it was nice to see other people being happy with something that I gave them and something that made their day brighter.
Wow. And I will say she donated that out of her own expenses, and because she said that she just wanted to bless families. So it was for mothers and single parent mothers and their children, because at Damascus Way, some mothers are there along with their children. And so she delivered some nice baskets and for the mothers and for the children. They were very, very grateful. And I love the fact that, because I went with her when she made this delivery, what did that mother say?
It was some sunshine, and
Yeah.
it came at the right time.
Yeah, the mother shared, because the staff allowed the families to come out, and when the mother received her basket, she had tears in her eyes, and she said, "This is just what I needed today. I needed some sunshine." And so, and that was very rewarding. And I just had a really, really proud moment, because I really literally saw God moved in the midst of your obedience. And so I was very, very proud of you. So your next donation will be this week.
Yes.
At Damascus Way. So she will be making another delivery, and she's going to try to make sure she do something monthly. You're going back to school this week as well.
Yep.
Okay. Congratulations. I'm super proud of you. Also now a pharmacy tech.
I am.
Yes. So she's very, very deep in her major. So before we get ready to let you go, Chastity, because we got some more amazing young adults here in the studio today. After graduating, help the community to know, where do you want to do? I know your goal is to be the doctor, but ultimately, years on down the line, what do you want to do with your medical profession in your career?
Well, being a doctor, it came about when I was 5, watching the documentaries about the other people in the underdeveloped countries, and how they all needed healthcare, but they didn't have access. Wow. And my thing is, healthcare, that's a human right. Everybody should have access to it, no matter what. So my goal is to go to the other countries, even the parts of America where healthcare isn't as accessible. So provide free healthcare to those people, because wow. It's a human right. It's not.
I love that.
It's not about your socioeconomic class. So.
Wow. I love that. It's a human right. And what just blesses my heart, you realize, I mean, I don't think you really realized what was happening. I know it had to be God in you. But to be 5 years old, to notice that people didn't get what they rightfully deserve, to just live a healthy life, a better quality of life. You recognize that at 5. And literally, I mean, this is the truth. She was 5 years old, crying, wanted to know, how can we go and help those people in other countries? And we were like, we don't even have the money to get a ticket first. but God is so amazing, and God is going to allow you to be able to go into those parts of the world to do that, what you've dreamed of doing. And I'm honored to be your mother.
Well, thank you.
So for those that want to follow your journey with Rosa Sharon Charity, let them know how they can follow you on social media.
Well, I do have a Facebook dedicated to it. So my Facebook is Rosa Sharon Charity. And you can like it, you can comment, you can share it, whatever. I take it all.
Oh, so follow her journey, because this is part of her destiny. This is a part of her destiny, and she's not only you started here, but you're going to also have this in Birmingham as well, right?
Once I get this all the way in the ground, then yes, I will.
Okay, absolutely. So you've just heard more about Rosa Sharon Charity taking place here in our Tri-City community. And thank you again, Chastity. And we're always just cheering you on, and so super, super proud of you. And just go forth and just do just what you've been destined to do.
Thank you.
Oh, so stay tuned. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose. We're going to come back with coolness. We have a local artist. We have a producer. He has his own record label, clothing line. You don't want to miss it. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose. You're watching it here on cable TV.
Yeah. Go dummy, Kyle. Yeah.
That lifestyle.
Welcome to that lifestyle, baby. We live in that lifestyle, baby.
Thank you again for joining us. We are back with our next guest, and you have been hearing some of the music throughout the show. So I am so happy to introduce our next guest. We have Byron Ford with the company called Coolness LLC, and also he's with Coolness Music Records and also Coolness Clothing Line. Yes, this one person. Also with him is joined artist Dooney. Everybody know him as Dooney, but his name is Ladarian Heath.
Yeah.
Welcome to today's show.
Thank you very much.
Dooney. I told him when I hear that, I think of a Dooney bird. So welcome to today's show. Thank you all so much for being on. We are super, super proud of you.
Thank
First
you.
of all,
Thank
you.
super, super proud of you. Now, Byron, you are the CEO
Correct.
of this company, Coolness LLC.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, you have expanded.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, you talking about, as they say, dope. This is so amazing. So, first of all, tell us how Coolness came about.
Yeah, so I always knew I wanted to own a business, and I always was interested in like wearing stuff that represents me. So that's how the clothing part. And then I used to always see people, like they would have different things that like they're interested in, like on their shirt. So like stuff that represents them, I guess you could say that's how I got like the inspiration kinda. Okay. But I always had it in me anyway, but then I used to see it on other people. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get my own stuff. So I can wear that for me. And then I had my own, like it was just for me at first, then it started the whole business. So like we sell all type of stuff now, like with the clothing line and everything.
Wow.
So then that was like, I don't know, I always been like that. You can say it was from birth, really.
Wow. I'm happy that you embraced it though.
Oh yes, ma'am.
You embraced it. So it has evolved into so much more. Now, music.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the music.
The music part, I always been interested in music too. So originally, I would always sing along with stuff like in the car, the radio. I always used to have like earphones in and stuff, listening to music. And I would sing along with it. Then like one day, I just realized what I was doing and realized I can actually sing, and I was actually doing it. So I always loved the music though. But then at one point, I like started going to the studio and stuff. I always wanted to go to the studio and like make music.
Wow.
But then once I started doing it, it was like, yeah, it's time to do everything. So then we started the label. Then I brought in my boy Dooney, and then that was it. So like we worked with a lot of people too.
Mm-hmm.
So we got like different producers and stuff. But like that's why I always knew I wanted to start like my own stuff. And it's a bigger thing behind it, because you gotta understand everything is like faith based. So me doing this, a bigger message gonna come out of all this. Like when it's all said and done, you know. So that's really what it is.
And you know, I noticed that with some of your clothing lines, like your shirts and your hoodies. I've seen it with scriptures on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's pretty. He's saying something about it.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a message behind what he's wearing and what people are wearing. And I love that about you, how, you know, you put something authentic and then real, and it has substance. It means something.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I actually saw your mom advertising your clothing line as well, and I thought it was pretty cool. So the message behind people buying your product, you want them to be uplifted.
Correct. Uplifted positivity. That's what it is. And like the whole motto of the company is every day is the best day ever. That's how we live it. And every day is the best day ever because of what Jesus did. That's what you gotta understand. That's the whole thing behind all of it. So then like out of all that comes positivity and like confidence. and everything good.
I love it. I love it. Now, Dooney, you're on, because we're going to play your song at the end of the show also. Are you singing, No Doubt?
Not singing, but kind of rapping. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how does it feel, to be on, because music is powerful. Music has the ability to articulate what a lot of time we can't say.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about when people hear the song No Doubt. What are we getting? What are they going to get?
It's kind of just positive vibes, like no doubt about it. Like you can do whatever you really want to do. There's no doubt about it. As long as you put your mind to it, there's no doubt about it.
I love that. Now, you all have known each other since children, all your
Oh
life?
yeah, like forever.
Forever. So I love it how you all have really used your resources to empower others.
Yes, ma'am.
And I love seeing game changers. That's what I call them. Game changers in the industry, because we need that. Because music is powerful. I love that. So when do you all go out and perform? Right now we're still in a pandemic, but things will change. But
Actually,
do you
recently
perform?
we had something that was supposed to be set up, but like the pandemic kind of threw it off. So they didn't really allow us to come out there. We had something that we were gonna do, but yeah, we do though.
Okay.
But then that got canceled, so not right now. But we do it.
So I saw some images, and we'll probably have them throughout the show as well. You all are in studio.
Yes, ma'am.
You look like you're in your zone.
Oh yes.
So is that where all the magic takes place?
That's where it start. That's where it start. Like the whole process is a fun process. Like it doesn't matter how long it takes, cause like you have to work at it, but it doesn't really feel like hard work. We just enjoying the whole process. So we can be in there like all day, all night. One time we were in there like all night on the previous, like working on the previous album, and like Dooney was in there asleep on the floor, and then I was in there like mixing and stuff. It can take a long time, but we enjoying the whole thing though. And then when you hear the complete project, when you're done with it, you just hear what you just did. You hearing what you just did, and like it make you feel like accomplished.
Wow. Because Byron, you more of R&B.
Yes, man.
And Dooney, more of hip hop.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I do like both sometimes.
And you do both. Wow. So you've been surrounded by music all your life, Byron.
Correct.
Because your father, he sings as well.
Yes, man.
And he's such a reflection of his father, voice and all. So when did you develop that confidence? Because there's a lot of young people inspired to do it, but they haven't quite gotten that confident. And see, you've had a great foundation with parents to encourage you and push you and support you. I want you to encourage other young people that are out there that are probably have a talent, have a gift, but they don't know how to channel that.
That's what it is, the foundation. It's competence. So out of competence come the confidence. The competence, though, got to come from solid foundation. See, me, everything is Jesus. Everything start with Jesus for me. So out of that right there, I already know. I already won. So
Praise God.
I can do whatever. Whatever I want, I can do it. And then as long as I got him with me. So like out of that competence in him, like resting in him, I know I can do anything. That's where the confidence comes from. And then as far as like the music, I just always did it. So it's easy.
Wow, I love that. You speaking some life. You're making me feel like I can do.
Oh yeah, you can.
I can do it. And that's what we need. He makes you feel like you can do this. And you know what? You do it with a smile.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
just
Oh,
say
yeah.
it with a smile.
That's always, like that's just how, like I said, a foundation. I'ma always be upbeat and like this and happy. Positive.
Yes. Wow. I love it. I want you to encourage your generation, because you guys are what, 24? 24 years old. A lot of people that are senior citizens, and some in their 40s and 50s, they feel like, there may not be hope, but we're seeing hope. And I know I'm very hopeful. I want you to encourage other young people. And I want you to look into that camera. I'm going to allow Byron first and then you, Dooney. I want you to look into that camera and encourage some other young people, no matter what it looks like. No doubt it can happen.
Yeah, so no doubt about it. Like I said, yeah, all you have to, Jesus is the answer to everything. And out of that right there, you know that you have the victory. So whatever you want to do, accomplish, change in the world, start with you first, because then when you're your authentic self, that's going to reach other people. So you don't even have to like try to fake anything or anything like that. So be your authentic self. That's going to attract people. Then when they see you being your real self, though, that's going to inspire them. And then they see the love through you. That's going to help everything else. And it just grows and spreads. And then that's how you make a big impact and make a big positive change in the world. And then you have to believe, though, that you can do it. It's really not even hard. It's simple. You just have to believe that you can do it, and then just do it.
Wow, I love it. Just do it.
That's it.
Just do it. Yes. How about you, Dooney? What did you have to say to him?
I feel like Byron said, when you just be yourself, other people kind of see that, and some people don't feel comfortable being themselves. They kind of see everything else daily, and they try to imitate that. But once you just be yourself, it's just you spread that positivity, and people love being around positivity. So it just all blends in together.
It changes your whole environment. It changes the atmosphere. And I love it. It's contagious. It's contagious.
It is.
So, No Doubt. Who wrote it?
So, no doubt about it, we both did that one. Actually, to be technical, literally, we didn't actually write it. We kind of freestyle. Like, we did like some, so like we'll record, then we just do another take. So we didn't technically write down on a piece of paper. Actually, the whole album, we didn't really write on that one. But we do write, though. But, like, that one, we didn't actually write down. We just went in, I did like that. But we both did, though. It's a collab project.
All right.
So, like, every song on there is both of us. Like, every
Okay.
song on the album. But then, no doubt about it, though, that's one of the singles, though, on there. That's the first song on the album.
All right. So, No Doubt About It. That's what we're going to close out with today. All right. Well, we want to thank you again. Let everyone know how they can follow you, book you, get your products, get your clothing line, be inspired by your attire.
Oh, yeah. So, my personal social media, Twitter, Instagram, that's I am Byron. So it's Byron with 4 N's. So IAMBYRONNNN. And then the company on both Instagram and Twitter is YGK Coolness. So YGK COOLNESS. And then on Facebook it's Coolness LLC, and then Byron Ford on Facebook. And then the website, coolnessforever.com.
You can follow me on Instagram at ohmydooney, OHHMYDOONEY, and Facebook, Ladarian Heath. Twitter is ohmydooney as well. It's the same as the Instagram.
All right. Well, we are super proud of you,
Thank you.
making a difference. And you guys are residents of Phoenix City, Alabama.
Correct.
I mean, they are making some noise. So we are just so happy what you all are doing. We're going to continue to support you, and I know it is going to be even blazing hot.
Oh, yeah.
With what's coming out, especially coming out of a pandemic.
It is.
You're going to make up for some
It
of the
is.
lost time, huh?
It's a whole lot.
It's a
But
whole, I know it. I know it. So, no doubt about it, you can make it happen. That's basically what they're letting you know and encouraging you. We are so proud of this, what's happening here in our community. And again, like I say, you don't probably get to hear them a lot or see them, but they're out here making noise. That's why they're on today, because the street has been talking about it. And so that's why we have you on here today.
Man.
So thank you again for joining us with Street Talk, having conversation with young professionals here from our community, and they're out here using their resources, their abilities to empower, encourage, uplift, and make a difference in our community. Thank you so much. Remember, life is about what you make it. That what you put out, it will come back. And just like Byron said, with Christ in your life, there is nothing impossible. Thank you for joining us. You've been watching it here on Beam TV.